Hi. As at least some of you know, I am probably best known for my work helping commercial roofing contractors grow their service departments. I've been doing it for over 15 years, and I get asked a lot of questions. And there's a question that I've been asked mm, fairly regularly lately, which, although it comes from roofers, I think is applicable to most anybody listening to this. And the question is, how do you find good help? And So I'm going to answer that in the context of commercial service for roofers, but I think what I'm going to be sharing is applicable for anyone. Um, One of the really significant challenges that I think that many contractors have today is the fact that when they are working on a problem, they're working on the wrong problem. They're working on symptoms, or they are working on things that they think are the problem that are not actually the problem. And this is a good example of that. I had a contractor approach me and saying, well, I want to grow my service department, but I can't find good help. And my response to him was baloney. He kind of goes like this. He said, but I have all these Indeed ads and blah, 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 blah. We got very defensive. And I said, baloney. I said, look, if what you're saying is you can't find good help, that is absolutely not the problem. Now, at this point, he's listening. And I said, take your Indeed ad, however you have it set up, and put in there something along the lines of starting wage $100 an hour. He said, well, I can't do that. I said, if you send out an ad for repair techs for your service vans for $100 an hour, I said, are you going to get help? Oh, he said, I'm going to have a line of people out the door. Then let's be clear. You can find them. You just don't want to pay them. And he stopped. Now, I don't think this is simply a matter of money. I think money may be a factor in some situations. In his case, he started offering more money, and all of a sudden he could get more people. And you know what? His service department took off, and it's growing, and things are going well, and he doesn't care. And I have had another contractor tell me recently they have multiple offices around the country, probably more than 6 or 7. And he said, what we've discovered is that in the markets where we pay the most money, we make the most money. Isn't that interesting? But let's come back to the situation here. I think what you need to understand is if you think the problem is I can't find good help, then your problem solving is going to be focused on finding, and that's not the problem. The problem is maybe it's pain, or maybe it's having a culture that is appealing enough that draws people to you, because that is a big issue also right now, at least in the roofing industry. But if you're putting your attention on, how do I improve my culture to better retain people or to attract people? If I put my attention on how can I go about affording to pay these people what they want, those are not the same problem as I can't find them. And as long as you're working on I can't find them, you're not going to be putting your attention on these other things, which is where the solutions lie. So one of the things that you need to ask yourself when you have a problem, whether it's can't find good help or whatever, is what's the real problem here? And I'm not for a moment suggesting that you should be paying somebody $100 an hour. There's financial consequences to you for doing that. But clearly, there is perhaps a financial component that you need to address that you're not willing to address. And maybe in order to address that, you're going to have to do some other things as well in terms of how you charge your customers. But you need to explore those things. And if you do explore those things, you may discover that it's a lot easier to find people that want to come to work for you. Hope that helps.